As promised, Container Corporation of India, that's the stock on our radar. They've reported actually a very, very muted performance. Even the past year's performance was rather muted. To discuss what went on, what's the way ahead, we're joined by Mr. Sanjay Swarup, the chairman and the MD at Concord. Hi, Mr. Swarup. Good morning and good to see you, sir. First, let's focus on volumes. Could you give us the realistic EXIM as well as domestic volume growth target that you have for FY26? I asked you this in the backdrop that last year, well, you all guided for high teens. You ended up with high single digits. So realistically, what can you guide for this year?
Yeah, good morning. Actually, we are having a very good demand in this financial year. We see very stable volumes in EXIM, imports as well as exports. And similarly in domestic also, there is a very good demand, and especially in bulk cement, and then rice is there. And tiles traffic, we are having a very good demand. And apart from that, food grains are also there in domestic. So we have worked out the forecast for this year, and I will like to give a guidance of 10% growth in EXIM and 20% growth in domestic. That will be total growth of 13% for overall for the company. And this is a very, very robust demand. And seeing all these demands and how to meet with these demands, we have embarked on a very good capex also for this financial year. Last year we have spent rupees 810 crores on capex. This year we will be spending rupees 860 crores actually on capex, and maybe mid-year we will have a review and we will scale up also.
Okay.
Primarily this will be used for purchasing of new containers and new container rakes and setting up of new terminals. So we are giving a big infrastructure push for the company.
Got it. Okay. All right. Just focusing on volumes then, sir, what is your market share according to your expectations? And also, the hope was that the DCF connections at Mundra, that would jack up volumes. Why is that not happening?
See, DFC connection to Mundra is definitely giving us good volumes. And now in this financial year, we are expecting that even Nhava Sheva will also be connected on DFC by December 2025. Of course, we will feel the impact only in Q4 of this financial year. And we see a very good volume growth on Nhava Sheva stream also. Mundra, of course, is giving us very good volume growth. And we have been able to divert lot of traffic from road to rail as a result of the timetable trains that we are running from our MMLP at Dadri to Mundra.
Okay. And your market share?
Our market share actually on a pan-India basis, if you see, it will be around 58 to 60%. And one thing I want to add is we have gained the market share without sacrificing our margins. We have been consistently able to maintain EBITDA level of 24 to 25%, which is very good in logistics field, because normally in logistics it is in single digit.
All right,
so despite maintaining the EBITDA, yeah, we are able to give increase the market share.
All right, sir. So you'll be able to maintain your margins at these levels, right?
Yes, we will be able to maintain our margins also, and we will increase our market share, as well as I am very sure that we will be able to achieve the guidance of overall 13% growth in this financial year.
Okay, all right. But realizations, they came in at multi-quarter lows in the second half of the year. What is causing this kind of unusual pricing pressure?
No, actually, I will not call it a pricing pressure. It was not a pricing pressure. It was a strategic decision for the company to pick up some traffic volumes. And now we are okay. And if you see the overall EBITDA margins of the company, you will be seeing that for the financial year, we are quite close to 24-25% that we have been there for so many years. So there is no pricing pressure on us, and we are, serving the niche segments, and we have a tie-up with big corporate houses. So there is no pricing pressure on us, frankly speaking. Basically, we get our customers, we get our volumes based on our service levels. We give lot of emphasis on service levels, and that is appreciated by our customers.
Mr. Swarup, sir, overall question on this long-awaited completion of the dedicated freight corridor. I think there's some reports indicating that maybe the western arm could be completed ahead of schedule. Maybe we see some traction in October. Just give us your estimates on how much of a boost will railway get once the DFC is fully operational, and more importantly for you, can you give us some sense of volumes, the implications for your business if the western arm, at least of the DFC, gets commissioned ahead of schedule in October this year?
See, officially we have been told that Western DFC will be commissioned up to Nhava Sheva. That will be completed by December 2025. So I have been reading some media reports that it may be completed ahead of schedule, but that will be a welcome sign for us. And we are fully geared up. We already have our 4 depots on Western DFC. 5th one is coming up near Ahmedabad. So all in all, we will have 5 depots on Western DFC, and we are fully prepared to cater to the increased running, increased traffic that we are expecting in Western DFC. If to answer the second part of your question, when the Western DFC is commissioned, we cannot expect that overnight there will be a spurt in traffic. It will take at least 1.5 years to stabilize. And I am pretty sure that the rail coefficient at JNPT, which is at present below 20%, within a span of 1.5 years of commissioning of Western DFC, it will double.
So, sir, okay, I mean, give or take, whether it's October commissioning or December, we'll see. But give us some sense of projections. I mean, how will your volumes change in calendar year 26? Or let's say FY27 would be perhaps a better measure. Once the Western DFC stabilizes, as you're saying, what's a numerical implication that your investors can look forward to?
See, this year I'm giving guidance of 10% in growth in EXIM. Maybe next year, if I give guidance for FY27, maybe this 10% may become some in the range of 17 to 18%. That is the rough estimate I can give you.
Okay. All right, Mr. Swaroop, a couple of more factors that I want to clear out. What is the LLF that is expected in FY26? And what's the status with regard to the disputes with Indian Railways?
I would like to clarify, there is absolutely no dispute with Indian Railways. It is our administrative ministry. We are working under Indian Railways. There is absolutely no dispute at all. Okay. And secondly, as far as the LLF is concerned, it is fully sorted out, and whatever LLF we have been paying every year, it will be around same level, because there is growth of LLF by 7% every year as per the formula. But at the same time, the land which we are not using, we are surrendering back to railways. So we will be maintaining around the same level. LLF number will be around the same level.
Okay, all right. Final question. We cannot let you go without asking you this. Since you're guiding for better times ahead, Mr. Swaroop, is a divestment on the corner? Because that was a big trigger from a stock market perspective.
I cannot answer the...
Have you heard about anything, sir? Any communication has come?
That is a policy of Government of India, and whatever directives we get, we have to follow that. I can only tell you this much.
Okay. All right, Mr. Swaroop, we'll leave it on that note. Thank you very much for joining us and giving us a sense on how the business is progressing. FY26 should be better than 25, and 27 maybe even better once the western arm of the dedicated freight corridor is commissioned. Well, that's Concor.